I speak with corrupted tongue.
Recognize the underworld since I was young. Recognize the underworld since I was young. Recognize the underworld since I was young. I speak with corrupted tongue. Recognize the underworld since
This is what it is. Here we are. This is what we came to do. Yet another chapter, another sequel. The saga continues. You feel me? Corrupted Conversations. I go by Henry Blanco, aka Young Mariah Carey, cause I'm wild, beautiful in the face. Aka Young Oprah Winfrey. You heard? Only when I file my taxes. You feel me? Aka Young Angie Martinez. 5 seconds away from booking an illegal flight to either Colombia or the Dominican Republic so I could go get illegal facial surgery and come back to the tri-state area and the world, if need be, looking like a young Angie Martinez, you heard? The voice of New York. Young immortal, the voice can never die. This is what it is. Corrupted Conversations. Another special episode. And I mean that shit. I say it every time and I mean that shit every time. What we have here is a professional barber, an entrepreneur, a business owner, tastemaker, market strategist, a visionary as a whole. You feel me? So, listen, I threw a cute little WWF entrance for my guests, you feel me? But I need you to do me a favor, gang. What I need you to do is tell me what your name is, what you go by, where you're from, and is Chapter 8, The Mastery of Procrastination, one of your favorite chapters from the book Think and Grow Rich? And we'll leave that for the end. Tell me what your name is and where you from, gang.
All right, so my name is Lisa. Mm-hmm. A lot of people know me as Mona Lisa.
Talk about it.
I'm from Bushwick, born and raised.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Chapter 8, Think and Grow Rich.
Chapter 8.
Is that one of your? Would you say it's a chapter that you favor? Do you like that chapter, The Mastery of Procrastination?
Man, it's insane. Think and Grow Rich, The Mastery of Procrastination. It's a game, man. That's a game I think we all start. That shit was deep. That shit was definitely deep.
I could dig it. This is what it is. This is what we came to do. I like to ask all my guests in the beginning, can you capsule how you're feeling right now? From the moment that you woke up to right now, how can you capsule that feeling for the people?
Honestly,
Talk to me.
I just feel super blessed. Like one thing that I've been actively practicing is gratitude. Even for something as simple as being able to pay for gas. Ooh. I say, thank you, God. I got a full tank.
That's a fact.
Like, that should be hurting people.
No, big facts. It's gratitude. That's how you capsule the feeling.
Gratitude.
I love that. This is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Logical answers only. Corrupted conversations. So look, I don't know if you know, but I have this infamous segment that I like to start the show with for all my guests. It's called Krip Bow. I'm the Krip, you're the bow. It's somewhat like a lightning round. Okay. So I have 10 words here. Uh-huh. I'm going to throw each word at you individually. You ought to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I throw each word at you. Hence, Krip Bow. I'm the Krip, you the bow.
I like that.
You with it?
Yep.
Let's get it. All right, man, this is what it is. Infamous segment. Listen, we came to be legendary. First place trophies only. We don't do second place. We don't do third place. We don't do fourth place. Nah, man, we don't do participation trophies. That's blasphemy. Don't ask for me. Nigga, you crazy, nigga? Don't ask for my presence, you heard? I'm not going unless you got shiny first place trophies only. That's all I want. That's all we want. That's all we came to do. So, bow, you ready?
I think so.
It's crazy. I think so as well. Matter of fact, I know so. You ready?
Know so.
You ready? All right, first one. Bow. Happiness.
Life.
Talk to me. Elaborate.
I think that once you turn on this thing where you understand how precious life is to wake up every day,
right?
Happiness should just equate. Like, you should just be happy. Be happy for every moment. Even be happy for your bad days.
Be happy for your bad days. What you mean by that?
You have to understand, like, most people don't realize, like, okay, the whole likeness without darkness thing, like, right. Without one is the other. I was even telling my brother this earlier. It was like, every day's a good day and some days are bad days.
So even when it's bad, it's still good because every day is a good day. Just some days just happen to like carry some type of bad elements, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could be in a bad mood, someone piss you off.
Right.
You know, the IRS hitting you up. It could be anything. And your day is instantly like a cloud. But that's okay because every day's a good day and you only have some bad days. Like,
All right. Makes sense. Logical answers only. Next one. Bow. Well-connected barbershop.
oof, day one.
Talk to me. Elaborate. Why is it day one, gang?
So the whole being a barber didn't start at Well Connected, but I feel like my experience and my exposure to life started when I left Bushwick. Like at the time, Instagram had just came out. Nobody was verified. Nobody was Instagram famous or viral.
Right.
Like those words didn't even exist.
Right.
And my experience of what it was to be like a barber, an adult,
Right.
all those things happened in that stage of my life. So even though it may not have been day one, it was like when I started knowing what living could look like.
Oh, wow. That's deep. So it is day one. It is day one for that chapter at least.
Yeah.
I could dig it. Listen, I do a little research. I do a little homework. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Next one. Pow. Bob Proctor.
Oh, that is my relationship with self-development.
Talk to me. Elaborate.
So Bob Proctor was exposed to me through a trading platform where I guess he was a partner with it and I had never heard of him. And one thing that he lived by was how every day for 60 years he read the book Think and Grow Rich. And like his whole brand and his whole testimony is based on this book. And when I realized that, I was like, you know what? I want to read this book, but I don't want to just read it. I want to understand it.
Right.
And so now my relationship with reading and information changed, whereas sometimes we think we have to read a book to finish it.
Right.
And then I realized we're supposed to read books to understand it. We're supposed to study books, not read them.
Right.
And it gave me that mindset and like, it just triggered like a whole snowball effect ever since. Bob Proctor changed my life.
I love that. Listen. This is what we can do. You hear it here first. Now, you spoke about it a little bit literally right now, but let's talk about it more. Bow, trading.
Oof.
Talk to me. What's this? What is this stratosphere that you're like all the way, you know what I mean, dived into? Like, well, talk to me. Like, speak to people. Need to know. People need to hear this.
All right. Transparent moment, right?
Let's go.
So a lot of people have always been kind of wowed by the path that I was able to like go through with barbering.
Right.
And the thing about it was, even though I worked hard, I worked relentlessly to cut hair and to learn and to network and to build like just almost like this happiness, not necessarily build this empire of career, but just like this fulfillment. Someone had asked me like, oh, how does it feel? And a part of me realized that even though it was something I worked for, it was something that didn't challenge me intellectually. It only challenged me creatively. And I've always been a super like nerd at school. And I've always taken pride on being someone who I can say is I'm smart. Okay. I'm smart intellectually, like through information. So when I came across trading, it was something that it challenged me finally in a way that had nothing to do with the world. It didn't matter how cool I was. It didn't matter what hairstyle I did. It was the challenge between me and my mindset. And so trading for me was something that I found to be like almost like a Rubik's Cube. But it was something that I felt really proud of like, yo, when I get this is probably going to be the hardest battle I ever fought because it was with my mind versus like my security, which I think barbering and being in that world challenged me with my security.
Right. Is it something that like at this point you're going to continue doing? Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the way I like to compare it is like, all right, anything that people would normally go to school, get a degree for, spend years to master is the same respect that I give it, even if I'm not in any institute.
Right.
And it could be challenging because sometimes people are like, wow, you've been doing this a year, 2 years? Like, why aren't you like living off of it and have like a fucking Lamborghini already?
Right.
And
ridiculous.
The reality is that it should be that respected.
Right.
Like, it's something you respect the same way in a doctor in med school. You're not going to ask them, like, well, did you do open heart surgery yet?
Right.
It's like, no, I'm still learning. Because it's that complicated.
Right. I could dig it. Well explained. Next one. We're going to keep it moving. Next one. Bow. Anxiety.
I think that's like, I don't know, what's the opposite of like the American dream? Like the American nightmare?
The American nightmare.
Yeah, that's like a New York nightmare. I think people who grow up in inner cities experience anxiety on a level where they wear it. It's like, this is who I am. I'm always anxious. I'm always impatient. And anxiety was something that I've dealt with, which I think most of us have, until I realized that I no longer want to wear it. Like, I don't agree to this anymore.
Damn. I don't agree to this anymore. Does it still, I would assume it still kind of like lingers at times, but now that you're conscious of it, you can deactivate it or diffuse it before it gets out of control.
100%. Even my daughter, like, she's 10, and one thing that I explained to her, because I see it in her, especially because this is the generation of like Roblox and the iPad and YouTube and TikTok and like this short attention span kind of like generation. Having anxiety, of course, it comes up. You impatient, like you just want to hurry up and do something. And what am so grateful for is that practice of catching it and diffusing it. And I don't let it own my day anymore.
I like that. That's logical answers, man. That's what it is. Next one, we're going to keep it pushing. Now, let me know if this is connected somehow to, I don't know, maybe your childhood, maybe family. Bow, ninja bikes.
Okay.
Talk to me. The laugh is crazy. Talk to me.
Okay, so that is my, like, earliest childhood memory of my dad. Right? So my dad was, like, the coolest guy that was, like, I don't know. He was just cool. He was just cool. A cool dude.
A cool dude.
Yeah, and he rode motorcycle, and like he was the guy doing wheelies and endos, and
Fire.
You know, he'd pick us up from school on a bike.
Ooh,
like it was like the coolest. Like, okay, yeah, this is my dad. He has tattoos. He had this green Kawasaki Ninja.
Fire.
When I was little, and it had like the neon lights, and he would roll it up into our crib. We lived on the first floor, and like we had this motorcycle inside of our apartment because people would like steal it, and they ended up stealing his Ninja.
No.
Yeah,
bad vibes.
They ended up stealing it. He found it, and it was just like that green dirt bike. Well, it was a sport bike, but
right.
The green like color is what I think of.
Stood out.
Yeah.
Pow. Burgers or tacos?
That's hard.
I bet.
Damn.
It is for me.
Okay, yeah.
Burgers or tacos, though? Which one would you...
One thing I will say is tacos do or die, right?
Do or die is crazy.
Do or die tacos, like tacos and tequila. I think I'm Mexican. Like, it's in my bloodline.
Double T, you heard?
The double T. But burgers was like my favorite food for a while until like tacos took over my life.
Do you remember a moment or an instant where it took over your life? Like, do you remember?
Like the
That's a crazy question.
Tacos.
Yeah.
I think when I opened the shop in Bushwick.
Okay.
Because I mean, I've always been like super hyper fan of like Mexican food, but like Bushwick has like a plethora of fucking taco trucks and taco this and that, and like even when it ranges from like authentic to like the gentrified, I just all of it.
Just tacos.
All of it. All the tacos.
Tacos are fucking amazing. But it's tough. Burgers or tacos is tough.
I love burger. I love me a good burger.
You know what I mean?
Good burger, man.
And we approaching burger season. I mean, in the sense of like the temperature, you feel me? Barbecues and all that.
That's my favorite. Like the barbecue off the grill. Like,
it's
homemade shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, it was tough, but you're going with tacos.
Tacos.
I could dig it. It is what it is. Next one. Now, let me know if this, resonates in a way a quote would. Pow. Preparation meets opportunity.
Oh, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
Elaborate a little bit.
So one thing that like halfway through my career, I've been doing hair 10 years. So like there was a point around my 5th year where I remember thinking like there were so many opportunities I was given that I couldn't take advantage of because I felt like young and naive and like kind of focused on the wrong thing, like focused on living out, you know, your youth. And that's easy and that's fine. That's like totally part of life. But it also gave me this layer of regret. Like, fuck, like if I just would have stood home and did the work, then these opportunities came. I could have projected to something else, somewhere else. Right. It kind of is like, it kind of helps eliminate that what if. That I think we tend to, when you feel like you fumbled it, like fumbled the opportunity, fumbled the bag, it's like, damn, if I was just ready for it, when it came, I would have been one of those people they call lucky. But in real life, I was just ready. Right. I live by that because I think people tend to overlook it. Right. And to keep it simple, like I think that if everyone practiced preparing for the opportunities they ask for, when they come, they'll be able to do it exactly how they want it, or close to that. You know? Right. I could dig it. I feel like I relate to that. Like, you know what I mean? Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready, because it's like I feel like personally I've had those fumble type moments, and I could be honest to say that, like straight up and that. But I feel like that's how you turn losses into lessons. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like you don't even really know what's happening until you lose it, and then you're like, oh, that's what that was. Right. That's what I was like not aware of. Even when you're asking for it, you don't even know what you're asking for. Listen, tactical answers only. You feel me? Next one. Bow. Dreams. Keep them alive. Talk to me. Why is that? I think that a lot of us who've seen, like, grew up with, like, single parents, we've seen our parents compromise any form of imagination when it came to what they want to do with their life. And it's like they stopped dreaming. Right. They just started living in reality. And one thing that we have to keep alive is like that childlike thing inside of us is how we dream. Like, what do you believe in or desire that's outside of your reality? Right. And as soon as you lose that, you fall into the trap. You fall into that all day, everyday mindset of like, I gotta make money, I gotta pay my bills, I need security. Like, you kind of forget the magic. And so you have to dream. I could dig it. Nah, that's a fact. That's a big fact. Encyclopedia fact. The dreams got to stay alive. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I like how you said the inner child thing. Like, I feel like the world and life slowly tries to murder that part of you. Yeah. And when you do dream, or when you do try to push the boundaries or push the envelope and do something that's outside of what societal structure already is, that's when that inner child slowly either grows more or comes back. You feel me? Yeah. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be a strong person to like be able to like really power through the no's. Like when someone tells you like, I don't know why you're doing that. That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know anyone who's done that. Right. And the thing is, even if you don't know anyone who's doing the things that you want to do, like, I don't know too many people in the 5 years I've had a business that own a business. Like, my friends don't necessarily have the responsibility that I had. Right. As far as like, all right, well, I have to imagine, what does this life look like? Right. Like, what does owning a business mean? And when you don't have an actual mentor or an example, you only got your imagination. This is true. And if that shit is either, I don't want to say dead, but like it's like kept small, you can't even be a problem solver. This is true. Problem solving comes from the imagination. Problem solving comes from imagination. Without imagination, it's very hard to solve problems. 100%. I could dig it. I like that. That's a logical answer. You feel me? Next and last one. Bow. The Cut Gallery. 606 Bushwick Avenue, correct? My purpose. Elaborate a little bit. I feel like owning a business, owning the shop, it came into my life when I didn't really understand what it was like to truly nurture something or even be able to envision the future. Like I was just kind of like going through life and things were going good, so I just kept going. I wasn't stopping to like pick up things on the way.
Right.
And when I opened the shop, it was like, okay, well, it's not just paying rent.
Right.
You can't just pay rent and think that you're going to do that for the next 30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
Right.
And, you know, I was really discouraged. I was really like, I don't want to deal with this. It's like having another child that I don't understand. I don't know what it's like to own a business. I don't even know how to imagine a future for a business.
Right.
And through all the things that I've gone through in the last few years, I realized like, yo, this is not in your life for no reason. Like God did not give you this path or this success or this platform for you to just feel good about yourself. Like that's not what it was. And I feel like that no matter how I look at it, it was bestowed upon me, and I had to think about, okay, but why are you here?
Right.
And it was like, well, look at the people who are here. Look at how creative they are, how much they want to do for their family, do for themselves, live their dreams. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm supposed to make this space for people.
All right, hold on. We're going to talk about it. Hold on. I like that, though. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get more in depth. That was Kripal, you feel me? So we ended at the Cut Gallery. I'm very big on word association.
Okay.
I see words, I read words, and they take me to places. And places take me to segments. I create segments off of word association. So the word that stuck out to me when I read the Cut Gallery is the word gallery. So what I did was I looked for the definition of gallery. And what I got, now you let me know if it resonates with you. A room or building devoted to the exhibition of works of art. Would it be safe to say that's kind of it's correlated to how you view it, the word?
Very, very on point.
All right, listen, shout out to being on point. You feel me? Shout out to Google, you heard? Listen.
This is definition. I
You
do it all
feel
day.
me? You feel me? So I created a segment to celebrate the existence of your business, the Cut Gallery. And again, I'm heavy on word association, and you are a tastemaker. I consider you a tastemaker. I consider you to be a person that has taste.
Oh, thank
you
you.
feel me? So I created a segment called Which Gallery Fits Your Taste?
Okay.
So what I have here, we're going to go to the laptop. We're about to use the machinery. Okay. What I have here is pictures. I have 3 tiers.
Okay.
And each tier I have boom versus boom. Right? And all of them, all the booms are galleries.
Okay.
So you are to tell me which one in each tier, which gallery fits your taste. Okay. And this is the segment that I created to celebrate the existence of the Cut Gallery. 606 Bushwick Avenue, correct?
Yes.
So the people can fucking know. Acknowledgement at its all-time fucking high. Tell me, explain, or tell the people what they see on the screen. What do you see on the screen?
I feel like this might look like the Louvre.
The huh?
The Louvre?
The Louvre?
Yeah. What is this?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I just found it online. And I'm like, let's fucking get it.
Okay, so
now, if you know what it is, if you feel like you know what it is, then
no. Well, what it kind of reminds me of is when I went to Paris and I went to the Louvre. I got to see the Mona Lisa.
Let's go talk about it.
And what's crazy was that the night before I had taken acid.
Shout out to acid.
I had like an acid hangover. And
acid hangover.
Yeah,
crazy.
like
the AH.
It's still in your system. And the one thing was it was probably the most emotionally breathtaking kind of bodies of work that I had experienced.
Okay.
And it could have been the drugs, but it was just like I was feeling them.
Right.
But it was also extremely sad and depressing because it was all like murder, like religious murder. But it was the most beautiful pieces of artwork that I could ever like think of.
Damn.
And this kind of looks like it.
I love that. All right, let's go to the next one. Again, boom versus boom. So we're putting this against another gallery.
Okay.
Tell the people what they see on the screen or what you see on the screen.
Okay, so I see it's like a room. and there's paintings from the ceiling to the floor. It has like a very like 1800s kind of vibe to it. Very
Right.
like miscellaneous. It looks like some like Picasso work mixed with like some landscape kind of paintings. Okay.
Okay, it's crazy.
Okay.
So, that was crazy. Which one you feel like fits your taste? Let me know if you want me to go to the first one.
The first one to me does more. This one
It
feels a
does
little
more.
too random.
A little too
I feel
random.
like.
So the first one, it popped on the screen, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so the first one, you feel like fits your taste a little bit more.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I like a lot of like Victorian style, just everything like dresses, hairstyles, architecture. I went to Spain and like they have like this like Gothic architecture kind of like vibe to it, and I was obsessed. I was like, I need to own buildings here. Yeah, I was like, so I'm just very into this like 1800s like Victorian.
I could dig it. I could
medieval
dig it.
shit.
So you got how the segment goes, right? You with it? Let's get it. All right, next one. Tell me what you see on the screen.
Okay, so we see like it's like a white room. Got 3 paintings on the wall, very gallery style. This looks like a gallery you walk through, probably like in the Lower East Side or almost anywhere in New York, to be honest. Very New York gallery. Bold colors, black and white, women. It's all women.
It's beautiful. Let's get it.
I love it. I think it's fire.
Amazing. Next one. Again, boom versus boom. Tell me how this makes you feel as far as your taste goes.
This is almost like very pop art. There's like very distinct reds, blues, and yellows.
Right.
This is not so much my style.
Oh, okay. Why that? Why is that?
This is just kind of like I'm not like a real cartoony person unless it's anime, but this is just very like pop arty kind of vibe.
I could dig it. So you would go
Too simple. Like I would need an explanation to make it feel important to me.
She needs an explanation, goddammit.
I didn't know what's going on.
So let's go to the first one again. Let me know why you would go. I guess explain why you would go with this one a little bit more. You explain why you wouldn't go for the other one.
Yeah.
But I guess explain why this fits your taste a little bit more.
I'm a big fan of things that have women. Like I love women art, but I like when it's done tastefully. And that's not even a good word because how do you describe taste, right?
Right.
But these women, one of them is a photo of hands. I'm a big fan of my hands. I'm a big fan of hands and nails.
Okay.
And
Let's get it.
I always think that that's one of the most underrated things about women that are beautiful. Is their hands. Yeah. And these women look very classy, very stylish. Even the paintings themselves seem like, I don't know, like fashionable. I just like sleek elegance. This seems
Sleek elegance.
Yeah.
So very like, I guess, either I don't want to say straight to the point, but damn, I guess like very. What's that word that I want to use? Very
There's like balance in these photos. There's it's sexiness and there's barely any skin showing. It's like this is like how women are sexy with their taste.
Okay, I could dig it. So we're going with the first one. The first one fits your taste more. All right. Last tier. Explain how this makes you feel taste-wise.
Okay, I can't really tell. This almost seems like photography.
Does it?
There's a lot of portraits of people. There's a big blue background. In like some type of industrial space. I don't want to say industrial, but kind of like metal kind of space. What I like about this, but I wouldn't consider it to be my taste, but I would find interest is the stories behind the faces. Like it's very specifically people. And it's not so much like their bodies creating a shape, what they're wearing, or a color. It's just people.
Right.
And at that point, like, there's got to be a story behind this. Not enough to just look at people.
Right.
So I find like I would be more interested in reading about this.
Okay. You need a little bit more context.
I need context.
I could dig it. Next one. Putting it against this. Explain what's going on.
This is very similar. Whereas like there's people and I would just need context.
More context.
Like one thing about just people being who they are, I think sometimes is better in like video form. Like when they're saying something, they're talking about themselves.
Right.
Things like this is very personal. Like the artist who put this together had a personal agenda. And that's just where context matters.
Right. Okay. All right, that's super understandable. But as far as like the text, it's color, right? We got blue.
I like the layout of it, and I think that the color play is fire, the setup is fire, and I might be way more interested in understanding about this one than like the random placement of black and white against a blue wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. Taste is subjective, man. It's your world. We just live in there, you heard? All right. So that was the little, you know what I mean? I like to have fun. I like to add stuff. I like to add color to the canvas, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just to, you know what I mean? Just to get different point of views. Even, because like I said, you are a tastemaker. You're a person that, in my opinion, has taste because you sell taste. In my opinion, I feel like with your business and, you know what I mean, just how you attack your brand, I feel like there's a lot of taste, or at least a lot of deciphering or the process of just cultivating what your taste is to the people, to put it out to the people. So I want to get into of course I want to get into the backstory of the name of your business, the Cut Gallery. Can you give me a little bit of just basically a backstory, the inspiration behind calling it the Cut Gallery?
Yes. So when it was really, I mean, I think for anybody, when you're like about to start a brand, you're like, what the hell am I going to call it? Right. What am I going to be? It's like naming a kid. Like, what are you going to be happy with forever? It just has to feel right.
Right.
And to be honest, like, my mom is the shit, right? So, like,
love that.
She was like, okay, barbershop, brainstorming. Like, she just started brainstorming all these variations. It's like, damn, I don't like none of those. And then she came up with the Cut Gallery.
His mama loves idea.
Yo,
amazing.
The best.
Amazing.
And then I always, one thing that I learned, I lived in Vegas for a little bit, and I was like very gratefully mentored by someone. Wasn't prepared for the opportunity, but learned a lot. Learned a shit ton of things, like the reason why I'm even able to own a business. And one thing that he said is, when you think of high-end brands like Ferragamo or Prada, their wording and like how they brand themselves is very simple by name, right? And the whole, like, you know, I always had that in my head. And so when she said the Cut Gallery, my idea was like, all right, well, I'm curating the space. I'm putting together who's in this room. You know, I'm creating. I'm giving everyone their credit as far as like the fire, beautiful individual artists they are.
Right.
But when you in here, it's curated by the idea of my brand, the Cut Gallery by Mona Lisa. And I just found it to be marketable. Like, even if we had expansion, like any one of the barbers ended up owning a shop, it'd be the Cut Gallery by you. And even now with we're working on products, and it's like my product line for the shop is gonna be called Breathe by Mona Lisa.
I love that.
And basically, I just want people to like own that whole like inner peace shit.
Fire.
At home.
I love that. You spoke about it a little bit right now, but what do you look for in a barber or a stylist when looking to involve individuals in your establishment? Like, what do you look for?
Yeah, so like originally the idea was, okay, one, you have to know how to do hair, but two, you also have to have a style and flavor.
Right.
I learned that's not enough. Those things are not enough.
Okay, all right, that's interesting.
It's not enough to know how to cut hair or be cute. Like, you have to also have integrity.
Okay.
And I think that everyone puts their best foot forward when they think they want something,
right.
or when they're in the presence of a situation that could benefit them. They're gonna put their best foot forward, but time is gonna reveal it. So more than anything, like, we look for integrity behind you, the person, because you can teach someone how to cut, but you can't teach someone how to have integrity. They either got it or they're gonna have to learn it.
They're gonna have to, like, grow it. Yeah,
but
adapt.
I can't teach you. Like,
Right.
it's a business.
Right,
You're not my, like, homie or my sibling.
Right.
You gotta come with it.
Right. I definitely agree. Let's go. I want to take the people. I want to paint the picture for the people. What did a day look like in the first year of running your business? Like, give me like an idea of, like, what a day looked like in that first 365.
Okay, so when I first opened my business, the idea that I had of that I can afford it was like, all right, what I make a week, or not a week, a month, I can pay rent for this space, and then that means I can afford it.
Right.
So at first it was just me and one other barber. Mind you, I had 6 chairs, but there was only 2 chairs in the shop. So the first 3 months, we were building it out. Like, my first haircut I did was on a folding chair and a 99-cent store mirror.
Let's get it.
I didn't have nothing.
Let's get it.
I didn't have a single thing, but I had a space. And I was like, you know what? I could start.
Yeah.
So a day for the first, like, year.
Yeah, for the first year. Paint that day.
Was working 7 days. I worked 7 days for 6 years.
Oh, shit.
And the first year of cutting my hair was the 6th year.
Wow.
Like, I worked every day since I started doing this career.
Right.
But in the barbershop, it meant something different. You know, it meant, like, you're either gonna sink or swim because you don't even have a team. Like, there's nobody here. So that's how the first year was literally just hustle. Matter of fact, like, the first 4 years was just straight hustle. It was like, yo, just show up, work, and just keep going.
Right. I love that, man. Like, people need to hear shit like that. You know what I mean? When I wrote that question down, I was like, nah, like, this is gonna help paint the image to someone that either wants to start their own business or might be even in their first year right now. You feel me? And you know what I mean? I appreciate you being honest and vulnerable with that answer. From the moment that you opened up to now, what overall feeling do you get from, like, the people in regards to your barbershop being a part of the community?
I feel like I finally have peace with the team that I have right now.
Right.
Because I don't want to say finally, because I did have a peace in the beginning when my idea of success was different. Like, my idea of success and functionality was just even everyone liking each other. There's so many barbershops you work in where people they're not really cool with each other.
Right.
Like, they just kind of put up with each other, or they don't. They don't like each other, and they work in the same space. And I've been blessed that where, like, in this space, people actually hang out outside of work. Like, we're friends even if we don't work in this space.
Right.
But now it's different because I feel like I have people who are moldable, which I think is really difficult with barbers who have been cutting hair. Like, when I opened my shop, I was the youngest barber in my shop. Like, nobody, like, just because I owned the space didn't necessarily mean that people were, like, understanding what I was trying to tell them to do. Right. Because they were older, cutting hair longer, and they weren't moldable. It was just kind of like I was offending them when I was like, okay, well, we should do this, we should do that. But now I feel like everyone in there is receptive and they want more. Like, they do more to learn. So right now I just have like so much peace, and I feel I see a future, and I think they see a future too.
I love that. That's a logical answer. This is what it is. Again, man, like this was to, you know what I mean, to paint the picture and paint the image to people from a real entrepreneur, from a real business owner, from a person that, look at that, you work 7 days for your first 6 years, which is crazy, but
I
it's
didn't go to
reality.
birthday parties. I didn't go to weddings. Like,
Fuck
people
all that.
won't even stop asking. But that's like my family. Like, my
It
cousins.
be like that though, my nigga.
My cousins is like my wedding. I'm like, I can't work.
Yeah, it be like that, my nigga. It be like that. And you know what? Those people that are meant to be there in the future is because they understood. You know what I'm saying? And those that didn't understand, it's okay. I'll see you in the next life. I guess. I don't mean it to be like that, but if we bump into each other...
Or later down the line. You know,
later down the line.
Maybe you get it now.
Maybe you don't get it now. Maybe hopefully you get it, but I'm not going to be curious if you get it or not.
Yeah, that's the part you can't
I'm not like I really don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Someone understands.
Yeah, I don't like that part of the DNA that the societal structure just instills in you. That part is gone. You know what I mean? That part is gone. Respectfully, like if you get it, then you got it, and I'm glad you got it, and maybe we could get it together. But if not, so be it. It is what it is.
You gotta be okay with being a lone soldier sometimes.
It is what it is. Now, tell the people what they see on the screen of what I'm taking a picture of.
Oh, so, all right. So one thing I love in life and I always invite into my life is called happy accidents. Happy accidents.
I like that. Talk to me.
So, these Lego flowers, right? I have this like really dope client. He's an artist. He's a floral artist, which is hence the sneaker pot that's right here.
Right.
And you know, the cut gallery, our logo is a rose. So the rose kind of like tends to attract towards us very often. So these Lego roses, they were just really dope. They were a fun way to incorporate floral work into the space. And believe it or not, these little glasses, they're actually like diffusers, like room scent diffusers.
Okay, right.
So when we kind of put them together, it gave me like Beauty and the Beast vibes. Okay. And I was like, happy accident. Happy
accident. Beautiful mistakes.
Beautiful mistakes.
I love that. All right, well, I'll take a picture of this. This is heavy as a motherfucker. Tell the people what they see on the screen. And I'm about to take a few pics in different angles. Let's go. Tell the people what they see on the screen.
So I believe that you attract things unintentionally just as much as intentionally, right?
Okay.
And I came across this artist. He does like floor work. He's like well known for doing Nike sneakers or just sneakers in general out of flowers. And one day, one of my boys hit me up, one of my barber friends. He's like, yo, I got a client for you. And it was the freaking artist that I have been following, like, yo, this guy's dope. And the first time that I went to go do his hair, it was the first time I did hair for someone I was a fan of.
Fire.
Like, I've done cool people's hair.
Shout out to cool people.
Bro, but sometimes I don't know who you are.
That's crazy.
I don't know who you are. And like so,
why are you cool?
Yo.
But it's all good. You cool, but I don't know why you cool.
Legendary.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know you.
Right, heard it.
But when I
keep banging, nigga.
When I did this artist's hair, I kind of wanted to like leave an impression of some sort. So I gave him a pin of our logo, which is the rose. I'm
amazing.
Like, oh, I love you. Here you go. And he was like, he almost became one of my favorite clients, like best friend vibes, but like when you do their hair. And so one day he's like, you know what? I want to give you this. No, he actually gave me 2 gifts.
Okay.
But this one is probably the most expensive gift.
Right.
Because, you know, this kind of is a pretty penny when retail. And so it means a lot to me because it wasn't just a gift. It was a gift from someone that like became a friend through clientele.
Right.
A client friend.
A CF, client friend.
And I was a real fan of him before he became a client.
Amazing.
He just hit a lot of markers.
Amazing. Now this, what we have here, it's looking like a speaker where you incorporated the logo. I love the logo. Again, we're going to speak more about the logo, but I guess just talk to me a little bit about this, I guess.
So this is our custom JBL. It's really hard when you're a person who's organic as far as like, you know, career path and all that.
Right.
And so I just wanted to work more on branding. And we needed speakers and I wanted to have surround sound speakers, but the issue I had personally was the wiring, the non-wire ones having to be charged.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? JBL sound fire, and we're gonna throw the logo on it, and it's gonna instantly be something that people notice. And it was just literally my attempt at branding.
My attempt at branding. I mean, that's a realistic approach.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm saying, because branding is, how important is branding? After, like, you know, attempting it like this and having, you know, you know what you want to brand. How is the process of branding it though?
For me personally, because I know and I've seen people who do literally my exact kind of like situation, like even down to being a female barbershop owner, where it might be they're like, they're good at branding.
Right.
And my problem is I'm just really good at being organic. And when which I think a lot of artists are good at being just talented or, just good at what they're good at.
Right.
So when you're not good at branding or marketing or just business kind of shit, like, it's a real challenge. It's a real challenge.
Facts.
And you just gotta try. You gotta try different things. Simplify it.
Absolutely. I agree. I feel like branding is like a full-time job. That shit never ends. Because you might just have an idea at like 3 a.m. or, you know what I mean? Like, the ideas come when they, beautiful mistakes, right? Like, you might just have a moment where, like, something happens, or like it'll be a domino effect, and now you have like put an extra piece together to what your branding is. You know what I mean? You
could do it by mistake, but doing it on purpose, that's different. That's when I call it. What I learned, what it is synthetic imagination versus like creative imagination.
Okay.
So creative imagination is kind of like what you're kind of already good at. Creatively, like, okay, it's natural. It just flew through you.
Right.
Synthetic imagination is on purpose. And you may not be good at on purpose.
Right.
But you're going to sit there and solve the problem with your imagination.
Right.
And, full circle, like, this is why imagination is important, because it's not just about what feels good and without thinking. It's about how could it feel good and feel right when you put real thought, because you had to.
Right.
Like, you had to really fucking think about it.
Right.
That's what branding is. You got to think about it.
You got to make sure your brand attacks people in a way where...
You gotta leave your, like, print in the sand.
Yeah, they got to be attached to it. Somehow, some way. I don't know what...
Make it memorable.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a mixture of this synthetic imagination and what was the other one?
Creative imagination.
And the creative imagination. I feel like it's a mixture. It's a...
100%.
It's a... As you make this process a routine of yours, it becomes a mixture of both. You feel me?
Like I said, problem solving is imagination, but it's synthetic.
Right.
It's hard. It's like, fuck, I gotta sit here like bunch of no's, and then a yes. But when it's natural, it just flows. So you gotta know the difference, that there's two different types of ways to go about creativity.
I love that. Listen, this is what it is. This is what we came to do. We came to fucking win. Real champion answers, you feel me? All right. So I think this episode's going great so far. It's not over yet. It's not done yet. So what I have here, I created another segment. It's pretty simple. I wouldn't even say I created a segment. I'm gonna just call it. It's called Explain This Picture. Okay. So I have here a few pictures. Okay. And we're gonna do the same process we did with the last ones. And you ought to tell me just, I guess, how the picture is connected to you. You feel me? And let the people know. Okay. So let's start with the first picture. Tell me what you see on the screen.
Oh, throwback.
Talk to me.
I miss being that thin.
Talk to me.
Okay, cool. So this is on the news. Yeah. Where the hell you got this picture from?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I wouldn't even know where to find this picture right now.
Good. Because I found it. Talk to me, man. Put some, give the people some backstory of what this is.
Okay, cool. So in the barber world, we do a lot of showcasing where, like, barbers come and then they're like, think of something creative, and then they're like, do the design live, right? That's like pretty much the whole barber industry version of networking and events. So in this one, so the lineup is actually a group of like barbershop owners inside of New York City. Like they came together, they created kind of like this like, I don't want to say barber gang because gang sounds aggressive, but kind of like a little gang shit.
Gang.
Yeah, and super grateful because they always reach out to me and they've always included me on things. And at this event, it just happened to be on the news. And the guy who's in my chair, I actually go to his girl now for my nails, which was like great plug.
Amazing.
Yeah, I got to do one of like, honestly, a design I wouldn't even mind doing again. It was a really cool design. So yeah, that's kind of what it was. Just me involving myself, me showing up.
Me showing up.
Me showing up.
And you was on the news. You showed up.
And I was on the, I didn't even know.
You ain't even know for real?
Nah, I didn't know. Like, and the thing is that we're not the only people doing this.
Right.
The thing is like, it was always very interesting to people to see me as a barber. It was like, you're a barber? Like,
why?
Like, you don't look like a barber. Like, you don't look like other barbers. So it was always like people were just overly intrigued all the time about it. Hence the path I went down, because it worked in my favor to always be something different in this type of industry.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Listen, I do some homework. She's like, I don't even know how to... Listen, I know. All right.
Funny.
Next one. Tell me what you see on the screen.
All right, so...
That little breath, was that little gas right there? Yeah, I'm good at what I do, gang. I'm good at what I do. Let's go. Talk to me.
You guys need to see this picture, bro. So like,
let me turn it around.
Yeah.
So this is a campaign that you and your daughter were involved in.
This is the very first campaign.
Gang shit.
An international company ever had me do, and this is in Dubai.
In fucking Dubai, gang. That's crazy.
And at the top is me and my daughter.
Amazing. Tell me how this manifested. Tell me how you made this happen. Talk to me.
Literally, God's plan, because the way this shit happened, I couldn't even do it on purpose if I tried.
Okay.
So basically, I used to be friends with this female barber where she created kind of like a movement of female barbers, and it's called Her Hair, His Chair. I mean, his hair, her chair. There you go. And through this platform, I learned a lot from her when it came to like networking with big companies, being like a small time barber, but like being in the room with multi-million-dollar like people.
Right.
And so one year I worked this hair show where she put me on a stage and stuff like that. And the owner of the brand was a sponsor for our stage. And I didn't speak to him, nothing. Like, I just showed up, I did hair, everything was good. When I opened up my shop, he hit me up randomly. Like, I didn't even know what this man looked like. Like, he walked into my shop, and I didn't even know it was him. And he was like, yo, I'm about to drop this new line in our gel, which Eco Gel is like a hood favorite. Like, every girl in the hood uses Eco Gel. And he was like, yo, I really like your style, and we're about to drop this like gold edition, and I want you to put our campaign together. And at the time, I didn't really understand the level of what he was asking me. And I was like, all right, cool. Never did this before. Never even knew what this meant. And so I just kind of gathered a whole bunch of like cool ass creatives that I came across. I tried to like fit different avenues between like long hair, short hair, Asian, like just, you know. And I put my daughter in it because I was like, you know what, like people need to also see just the variety.
Right.
Point is that this ended up being the very first campaign international shoot that I've ever done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That shit fire.
This shit made me look at my own brand different.
Why is that?
Because he kept hiring me to do it.
Right, okay.
And I was like, you know what? I don't need someone to pay me to be creative. And as soon as I learn how to do that for myself, my brand is going to be able to, you know, like, this is what people kind of like pay people from the hood or people from like who don't have much. Like, they take their ideas, they pay them for their ideas if they're lucky.
Yeah.
They get paid for them. And I was like, man, it's here.
Yeah.
Like, he's paying me for something I never even did before.
Right. But you just have that taste that he probably does not have. But what he does have is the currency.
He had the money.
Yeah.
He had the budget.
He has the capital. So he's like, yo, listen.
And I did this on a, like, virtually nothing budget.
Virtually nothing. Budget is insane.
Yeah.
I love that. Listen, that's a beautiful thing. When I found that, don't ask me how I found that. When I found that, I was like, yo, listen, we gonna talk about it. I'm good at what I do, gang.
This is a hair show in Dubai.
Do fucking buy.
Yeah.
Young Dubai.
And of course he ain't tell me because, you know, the tax would have been different. But of course he ain't say it.
How were you notified? Like, did he just send you it? Oh, by the way.
I got a tag, yeah. Hey.
You're in Dubai.
International hair show in Dubai.
Ooh.
You and your child are the face of...
Like, good looking, but I would have charged you a little bit more. I mean, no.
You know what it
yes,
was?
I don't
When
know.
you never had an opportunity, you'll take it.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I've never seen nothing like this.
I agree. I feel like sometimes, not sometimes, but I feel like you got to, like, not think of everything or not look at money as the only currency.
Nah. Money is only a tool.
Right.
So if you are only looking for money, then you're just kind of, it limits you. It limits you.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree all the way.
No.
Listen. I got some fucking pictures, gang. You feel me? All right. Tell me what you see on the screen. The face is crazy. I'm gonna let y'all see it. Yo, the green Kawasaki go icy, bro. That's Ice Age right there, my nigga. You crazy? All right, talk to me, gang. Yeah, we here. I'm good at what I do, son.
That's crazy.
Don't worry about it.
That's crazy.
We here. Listen, this is what it is.
This is the Ninja.
The Ninja Kawasaki, the green situation that you were talking about.
Like, you know what it was? My dad had the fucking neon. Like, I don't think he had it here, but he added the neon lights. And, like, at the time, that was, like, some shit.
And that's you right there.
Yeah.
On the back.
I've been riding with my dad on a motorcycle since I was 3.
Amazing.
3 years old.
That's so fire.
Like, he would put me in front of him.
That's so fire.
Wheeling, like, yo, just...
You do wheelies with you on the bike? That's tough.
Yo, yes.
That's amazing.
Because when I was small, he would put me in front. And so when he would wheelie, like, he felt comfortable just, like, you know. And, yeah.
Yo, that's the times where, like, parents could do shit like that without people fucking, you know, not minding their fucking business.
This is probably, like, 95.
Hard.
Yeah, this is probably, like, 95. And,
how does this picture make you feel? If you could give me a word.
It makes me grateful because even though, like, I love my dad for who he is, but he wasn't exactly like a father figure. He was
be
just,
like that.
He was just there, but he was cool.
Right.
And so, like, I just realized he don't have any tattoos. That's crazy.
Pictures early.
Yeah, this is like super early him. He was probably like not even 25 in this picture. And but it makes me grateful because what the fearlessness he exposed me to, very indirectly, because I'm pretty sure he didn't try to do that.
Right.
But he exposed me to being fearless very young. And I respected him so much because I will not get on a bike with another man unless he shows me the same respect my father showed a motorcycle.
Wow.
Like he respected it.
Wow.
But he was like nasty at it. So it was like a cool combo.
Right. That's amazing. That's the green Kawasaki.
The green Kawasaki. And I believe that in this picture, we were at my older brother's birthday party.
This is your older brother's birthday party.
Yeah. And at the time, my dad didn't raise my older brother.
Okay.
So this picture has layers.
Wow.
It has layers. Because this is a memory of that he has that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Crazy.
we ain't got too many of those.
Crazy. Yo, listen. I found some shit, man. I found some shit. This is what we came to do. I'm really good at what I do. You feel me? All right. Last picture. And I feel like this is the perfect picture because I want to add some more description to why you chose, this certain thing to represent what it is that your business, you know, you guys, listen, we'll go from there. Talk to me about what you see on the screen. Let's just go from there. What do you and the people see on the screen?
All right, so this is the logo of the Cut Gallery.
This is the official logo.
The official logo. It took me a long time and a couple of trial and errors to find someone who could like draw it the way I was envisioning it.
Right.
And my whole idea, the whole like rose thing.
Yeah. Talk to me about that.
It totally happened by accident.
Another beautiful mistake.
Another beautiful mistake. And what it was when I first started cutting hair, Instagram had just came out, like literally that year or a little earlier. Instagram dropped. It was the first year of it, and my Instagram name was Bud and Roses. And you know, I don't really have an explanation as to why it was Bud and Roses. But then when I started doing hair and other barbers started to kind of like take interest towards me, I was like, okay, let me switch it up. Let me be a little more professional, because you know I was a super pothead, like, you know, young kid shit. And I was like, all right, cool. Cutting Roses. I was like, all right, that got a little thing to it. And so roses just became a thing. It became a thing. It was just something that, like, I wouldn't even say I gravitated towards. I feel like it almost gravitated towards me. Like, I wasn't looking for it. I don't have nothing special to say other than it's beautiful. Right. But at the time, like, it just resonated. So the Cut Gallery, I just felt like it had to have this rose. And I was like, I don't know. It was just an image in my head that popped up. Couple trial and errors. And then we finally got the like visual. Right. And I think it's iconic. Like, there you go. In my heart, it feels iconic. It feels one of one.
I like how it was done. I like how the blade is the bottom of it. That's kind of icy right there. I ain't gonna lie.
It's kind of like you know, the leaves of the bud.
Right.
And I just wanted to bring it back into barbering, but I didn't. Man, there's so many cheesy barber shit that exists, and I knew that I had to brand myself, but I also was very uncomfortable with the whole like barber realm of things because things were so cheesy. But it was just an image in my brain. You know, at that point, I always give it up to God. Like, God put that image in my head through my creative, you know, thing. That's what it is.
That's what it is. We almost wrapping up the show. I got 2 more segments. This segment right here, let's knock on wood.
Is it wood?
Yeah, I think it is. And listen, it symbolizes it. It is what it is. All right, so let me paint the image.
Okay.
It gets a little dark.
Oh.
You make your way to the doctor.
Okay.
Get to the doctor. The doctor says, Lisa, close the door. Listen, Doc, I was going to close the door. What, you think I want everybody to hear my fucking life? You fucking idiot. Lisa, take a seat. At this point, you're looking at the doctor like, close the door, take a seat. You asking for too much. What else you want me to do? Take your fucking kids to school? Get the fuck out of here. Of course I was going to take a seat, stupid. I'm not going to stand up the whole time. So you take a seat. Doctor says, listen, Lisa, I got patience. I got busy. I got a busy day. So I just got to lay this flat. It is what it is. You got 24 hours to live. You got 3 things on your bucket list. The last one has to be a crime. Yeah.
A crime?
A fucking crime. So, again, 24 hours to live. Now, the first 2 could be whatever it is that you want it to be. It could be, you know, personal thing. You know, I'll let you paint that for the people. It could be whatever you want. The last one, we're going to leave it for the last, has to be a crime.
Wait, you said 24 hours?
24 hours. 24 horas.
Can't fly nowhere like that.
Can't go nowhere. You got to stay here. And you got to make things happen. First 2 things on your bucket list.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I live in New York, right?
Apparently, yes.
I live in New York, right? I'm taking my mom and I'm taking my daughter and we're going to go to an island, right? Because more than anything in this world, nothing else in this world matters. So literally, like, we are going to go somewhere beautiful, secluded, that God made. And we just going to be with each other. There ain't shit else in this world I could do in 24 hours that's gonna be more meaningful than that.
I love that. That's a realistic, straight to the fucking point type of answer. That's the first thing on your bucket list.
Yeah.
Family oriented. All right.
That's it.
Second one. Well, what else would you do if you had? Let's say if you could just
What's a crime?
No. We leaving the crime for the end. Hold on, relax, criminal. Hold on. We're leaving the crime for the last. We're leaving the the crime for the last one.
Okay.
That was one.
Okay.
Second thing on your bucket list, if we can again, because that's a realistic way to end. Life. I don't want to make it so dark, but being with your kid and being with. But if we can stretch the time in an unrealistic way, because we are here to be ridiculous.
Okay.
The second thing on your bucket list.
Damn, that's a good question.
Feel me?
I gotta think about it.
Of course you do.
What would I do if I had 24 hours to live and we could stretch reality? Damn, I don't know. That's a good question.
Feel me?
You know what it is? That there's not enough things that are tangible that woo me anymore.
Okay.
And if I can't retire my mom in 24 hours, then I don't really know if there's anything more important. There's things that I would love to experience.
Right. Okay, well, you can leave it like that, though.
Yeah.
But what would you want to experience in 24 hours? I mean, I've heard it all.
Yo, if I could see all the countries in the world that are of my desire, see the Northern Lights and go to Russia in the mountains and ski. If I could do all those things in 24 hours, I'll fucking do it.
It's lit.
I would do all of it. I would just serial experience life.
I love that.
I'm a fucking serial experiencer.
Okay.
So I always need to know what something feels like, looks like, smells like, tastes like, and sometimes this is my double-edged sword. It's that's wonderful, but
right.
Sometimes you want to do too much.
Right.
But if I could do all that in 24 hours, I'm gonna do all of it. I'm gonna fucking jump off of a cliff in Fiji into the water. I'm gonna do all that.
I love that. So first one was family-oriented energy. Second one was serial experiencing, things that you would, that you've always wanted to do or just, happen to be in your mind. Third one, I need the crime. We here.
Crime.
What is your crime? 24 hours. This is let's assume this is the last few hours of the 24. Let's just put it like that.
I would hijack a helicopter.
Why is that? Let's go. Talk to me. Why is that?
Because one thing that I've always wanted to do was fly. An airplane or something, but I don't think I would want to hijack an airplane. I'd rather hijack a helicopter and just do the dolly thing. Yeah, and I would just see the whole world from a different perspective. That would be my whole it would have to be a crime because ain't nobody gonna just give me a helicopter to see the world. Right?
You gotta rob that shit.
I gotta rob that shit.
Yeah, all day.
Gotta be out,
So you like heights? Or do you like to challenge your perception of heights?
I like to challenge what I consider to be fearful. That's why I've been getting piercings since I was 12.
Okay.
Tattoos since I was a teenager. I've always gone against the grain because fear was never it never kept me from nothing. It almost challenged me. Okay, you scared of this? All right, do it. Try it.
It's like life is your motorcycle.
Yeah, it's like conquering things. And that's what I'm saying. Being exposed to being fearless, was almost a drug.
Adrenaline, thrill.
Yeah, that's why I call myself a serial entrepreneur, because I'm damn, why you always gotta know what this looks like, feels like, tastes like,
right.
all of that is a compulsion.
I love that. Listen, I love that. 24 hours to live. The first one, family-oriented situation. Feel me? Second one, serial experiencing, traveling. You know what I mean? Doing things that, you feel like you need to do. The third one, you hijack in a helicopter so you could view the world in a different perspective. I love that. This is what it is. You know what I mean? We painting the images in a very ridiculous way, but again, imagination.
Yeah.
Imagination. You gotta use it. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So this is the last segment that I use to wrap up the show. I wouldn't even consider it a segment, but it's more so like the icing on the cake, the rose, the signature to end it for now, for this chapter. if you had one word that can describe the next 5 years of your life, what would it be? Now, I use 5 years because to me, in my opinion, 5 years is close enough to call it, far enough to activate imagination.
Ah, like
For me, it's like it's right there. It's like it's like anything can happen, but you can still like
you gotta envision the domino
you know
effect.
What I mean?
What you doing now? Where's it gonna go? Like, what is it looking like?
Exactly. So, if you had one word to describe the next 5 years of your life, what would it be?
I think that the next 5 years of my life looks like dominating my past. Right? Like, I feel like I'm gonna dominate all the things that felt like a hurdle. But going past just dominating your hurdles, I feel like I'm gonna be able to change people's life on a ridiculous scale, and I genuinely believe it's gonna be unintentional. Well, all the things I do intentionally, I truly believe that all the things that are gonna happen unintentionally are gonna be the things that I'm probably most proud of, like the domino effect. Because I don't know why God wants me to do these things. Like, I don't know if there's someone I'm supposed to save, if there's different people I'm supposed to give perspective to. But I just feel like it's such a recurring thing that, like, 5 years from now, I can only imagine the actual effect that is going to come from it. Because it's not going to be things like cars and cribs. Like, I mean, granted, I definitely want a collection of, like, homes.
Let's go. Speak on it.
I want a collection of homes.
A collection?
Like, niggas collect cars. I want to collect, like, homes, like real estate.
I love that.
And not for profit, out of pure visual gratification.
Okay.
Like, just beautiful things.
Right, I can dig it.
But I think more importantly, like, the relationship I'm gonna have with my purpose is gonna be so overwhelming. And that's what I'm hoping for in the next 5 years. I hope that my purpose takes over my life.
I love that. Listen, you hear it here first. I love that, man. Real, just real passionate answer. You know what I mean? Tactical, surgical answer, man. You put a lot of thought into it, but you also followed your heart with that answer. So I appreciate that. This is what it is. Another episode, another magical moment. Corrupted Conversations. Again, everything will be in the description for you to follow this individual and just, observe her, I guess, make a stronger relationship with her purpose. You know what I mean? You know, listen, I'm okay with words. I'm okay with words. You know what I'm saying? On the closeout, I guess, you know what I mean, to the people that's watching, do you have anything else that you want to close out with? To let the people know this will be the time. To the camera, to the people that's watching this, to anybody who supports you, to anybody that is on their way to support you. I don't know, just hearing about you, word of mouth, whatever the case may be, to the world. Do you have anything else that you want to say on the closeout?
I honestly, if I could give like maybe a piece of selfless advice, is that I would say, don't look at your struggles. Like, don't wear your problems. Like, if you can see past your like, if your problems didn't exist, what would you look at? I would tell you, like, figure that out. Like, figure out what does life look like past your right now problems. Because I think that if you can first do that, how you get there is your story.
Right.
But, like, first you got to get past that. Like, And I think that in a general way, I would just tell people, like, yo, imagine life past your problems.
Imagine life past your problems. I like that. I feel like that's a healthy, you know what I mean, substantial piece of selfless advice that you just gave for the world. You know what I mean? Imagine life past your problems. That's correct, right? That's how you said it, right? Like, I want to make sure, you know what I mean? I want to make sure, man. This is what we came to do. Again, Lisa, thank you so much for pulling up, being honest, being vulnerable, helping me tell your story. You know what I mean? Again, everything will be in the description. Go support. That's not a fucking request. That's a motherfucking demand. You know what I mean? Press those buttons or I'll cut your mother's fingers off. That was a joke. You know, that was clearly a fucking joke. Everybody needs to relax. No. That was a joke. But click the fucking click the buttons, man. Go support, man. This is what the show is based off. We came here for championship only. You know what I mean? First place trophies only. We don't do second place. We don't do third place. We don't do fourth place. No participation trophies. That's blasphemy. Don't ask for me. You feel me? This is what it is. Again, for the third, fourth time. I don't know how many times I said it. Again, thank you, Lisa, for pulling up. You know what I mean? Telling your story and just, shooting the shits. Because at the end of the day, there was a lot of we don't really know because we in the conversation, but there was a lot of layers to this conversation, from the green Kawasaki to fucking Dubai, you know what I mean, to the hijacking the helicopter. It's fucking crazy, you know what I mean? There's a lot of layers to this conversation, and that's just really what it is. Until next time, bow.